In the headlines, over 10 million new voters register in the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise across the country. Ekwere Madu wife sue National Identity Management Commission, Nigeria Immigration Service and 2 commercial banks in the Federal High Court in Abuja. Justice Olukayode Ariwola takes oath of office as acting Chief Judge of Nigeria. And away from Nigeria, dozens found dead in a truck in San Antonio, Texas. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Now, beginning with the details. Over 10 million new voters registration in 10 million voters have registered in the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise across the country. This is according to the update released by the Independent National Electoral Commission on Monday. A breakdown of the figure showed that while fresh registrants over 10.4 million, completed registration was pegged at 8.63 million. Furthermore, the update showed that the fresh registrants are made up of 4.3 males and 4.33 other females. Others include persons living with disabilities, 67,171, and youths, a little over 6 million. As part of efforts to encourage smooth democratic processes in countries within the West African region, Special Representative of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel has visited the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Abuja. The mission says that the visit was to canvass support for Nigeria as she prepares for the general elections in 2023.
So as Nigeria has been always the good example, and we are happy to know and to hear that the candidates have been already selected.
Les Nations Unies seront toujours à côté du Nigeria pour que cet événement puisse se passer dans les conditions les meilleures.
So the UN, the United Nations overall, will be always supportive to Nigeria so that the elections will take place peacefully.
Et une fois de plus, nous vous encourageons, nous vous félicitons pour le travail extrêmement important que vous nécessitez de faire pour la réussite de ces élections.
So we congratulate you and we support you again for the work being done, and the work will be done in terms of preparing these elections.
Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, who received the special representative of UNOWA, appreciated the support offered during the conduct of previous elections and assured of the Commission's commitment towards an increasingly consolidated electoral process.
On our invitation and working with the United Nations Office in Nigeria and the United Nations Development Program, the UNDP, we invited a United Nations Needs Assessment Mission ahead of the 2023 general election. And I'm glad that His Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations, accepted our invitation and not too long ago sent a needs assessment mission.
The INEC chairman, who said elections will be conducted based on the provisions of the Electoral Act, also noted that the outcome will be dependent on the choice made by Nigerians.
Election is both national and international. We have very good working relationship with our strategic partners and allies in the country. We work very closely with the political parties, with civil society organizations, with media, with the security agencies in the country. But at the same time, we also work closely with our friends in the international community, such as UNOWAS. So whenever you come on this kind of mission, we feel doubly encouraged to continue to do what we need to do for the peace and stability of our sub-region.
UNOWA is made up of 15 countries with 84 million registered voters across the sub-region. Aisha Salihu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu and his wife Beatrice have sued the National Identity Management Commission, Nigeria Immigration Service, NIS, and others over the controversy surrounding David Ukpo's real age. The duo filed the suit before Justice Inyang Eko Federal High Court in Abuja. The Ekweremadus prayed the court for an order directing the NIMC to supply them with the certified true copy of the biodata information of David Wanini Ukpo and the NIS to provide his documents and application form for the purpose of facilitating the criminal investigation. The applicants were arrested and charged before the Uxbridge Magistrate Court in the United Kingdom on the 23rd of June 2022 for offences of conspiracy to facilitate the travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting. Justice Eko fixed July 1 for hearing of the matter. Now, Justice Olukayode Ariwoola has been sworn in as the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria following the resignation of Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad on health grounds. President Muhammadu Buhari performed the honors at a brief ceremony at the council chambers of the State House in Abuja. Kehinde Amodu reports.
The nation woke up to reports on Monday morning that Justice Tanko Muhammad had resigned from his position as Chief Justice of Nigeria on health grounds. After some initial doubts, the former CJN Special Assistant on Media, Ahuraka Issa, confirmed the development. The mantle has fallen swiftly on Justice Olukayode Ariwoola, who is the next most senior judge. Justice Ariwoola was later sworn in the afternoon as acting Chief Justice of Nigeria by President Muhammadu Buhari, who applauded the Nigerian judiciary under the leadership of the former CJN.
CJN Tanko dealt firmly with the issue of reckless and indiscriminate grant of ex parte orders that was assuming serious dimensions. History will be kind to Justice Tanko Muhammad for his modest contributions to Nigeria's judiciary, the strengthening of our democracy, and national development.
He also hints of the challenges ahead.
Our nation is approaching a critical general election in 2023. The judiciary must not do anything to fail the ordinary people of Nigeria, which may make them lose confidence in the judiciary.
The new acting Chief Justice is aware of the huge responsibilities he has to bear.
What Nigerians expect from me is to comply, preserve and abide and protect the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
But he is quick to dismiss speculations that the former Chief Justice of Nigeria resigned because of controversy in the judiciary.
It was an internal memo of the court. It was not a petition. It was not a letter. It was addressed by the brother justices of the Chief Justice and presented to him, his lordship, directly. There were issues to be resolved amongst justices. Yeah, we've started resolving it.
Justice Ariwoola was born on August 22, 1958, and was appointed a Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 2011. He was a Justice of the Court of Appeal between 2005 and 2011, after having elevated from the State High Court of Oyo State. Justice Ariwoola was first appointed a Judge of Superior Court of Record in Oyo State in 1992 from private legal practice. Before his elevation to the Supreme Court, he served as Justice of the Court of Appeal in Kaduna, Enugu, and Lagos divisions. From State House, Abuja, Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News.
Following the resignation of Justice Tanko Muhammad as Chief Justice of Nigeria and the swearing-in of Justice Olukayode Ariwoola as the new CJN, Trust TV brings you a profile of the two legal luminaries as one bows out and the other takes over.
Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, CFR, until his resignation due to ill health, was a Nigerian jurist who served as a Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria since 2005 and the Chief Justice of Nigeria from 2019 until 2022. He was formerly a Justice of the Nigerian Court of Appeal. Justice Tanko was born on the 31st of December 1953 at Doguwa, a local government area in Bauchi State, northwest Nigeria. He attended government secondary school Azare, where he obtained the West African School Certificate in 1973 before proceeding to Ahmadu Bello University, where he received an LLB degree in Islamic law in 1980. He later obtained an LLM degree and a PhD in law from the same university in 1985 and 1998 respectively. Tanko began his career in 1982 after he was called to bar in 1981, the same year he graduated from the Nigerian Law School. In 1989, he was appointed Chief Magistrate of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, a position he held until 1991 when he became a judge at the Bauchi State Sharia Court of Appeal. He served in that capacity for 2 years before he was appointed to the bench of the Nigerian Court of Appeal as Justice in 1993. He held this position for 13 years before he was appointed to the bench of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 2006, but was sworn in on the 7th of January 2007. On Thursday, 11 July 2019, Tanko Muhammad was nominated by President Muhammadu Buhari as substantive Chief Justice of Nigeria. This was barely 24 hours after National Judicial Council recommended him to the President. On Sunday, 26 June 2022, Tanko resigned as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, citing ill health as a reason for his decision. Prior to his resignation, his two sons, Ibrahim Tanko, emerged as APC's Bauchi North Senatorial District candidate, while Sani Ibrahim won the Shira Federal Constituency under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. The influence of their father was said to have played a significant role in their emergence as their party candidates. Justice Olukayode Ariwola was appointed a Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria in 2011. He was a Justice of the Court of Appeal between 2005 and 2011 after his elevation from the High Court of Oyo State. He was first appointed a Judge of Superior Court of Record in Oyo State in 1992 from private legal practice. He studied law at the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, and bagged his Bachelor of Laws degree with honors in July 1980. In July 1981, Ariwola was called to bar and got enrolled at the Supreme Court of Nigeria as a solicitor and advocate thereafter. Ariwola was a State Counsel on National Youth Service at the Ministry of Justice, Akure, Ondo State, and later as legal officer in the Ministry of Justice of his home state, Oyo State, until 1988. He voluntarily left the official bar of the State Civil Service for private practice. He worked as a counsel in chambers of Chief Ladosu Ladapo, San, between October 1988 and July 1989, when he established Olukayode Ariwola & Co., a firm of legal practitioners and consultants in Oyo Town in August 1989, from where he was appointed in November 1992 as a judge of Oyo State Judiciary. He served on the election tribunals in Zamfara and Enugu States in 1999, as well as on election appeal courts in Port Harcourt, Enugu, Benin, Yola, and Ilorin at various times. Before his elevation to the Supreme Court, he served as Justice of Court of Appeal in Kaduna, Enugu, and Lagos divisions. He is also a Fellow of International Dispute Resolution Institute, having been inducted in Dubai in 2014.
The independent Sharia panel in Osun State says it has handled no fewer than 383 cases, including marital crisis, land dispute, debt matters, imamship tussle, among others. To this end, the president of the Osun State Muslim community, Alhaji Mustafa Olawi, wants the state government to give proper recognition to Sharia legal system in the state. Hamid Oyegbade files in this report.
Residents of Osun State are not alien to Sharia legal system. The independent Sharia panel was inaugurated by Osun State Muslim community on April 23, 2006. 17 years after, the panel has successfully handled 383 cases. The registrar of Osun State independent okay, final take.
In the southern part of the country here, we have not been successful to have Sharia recognized by government. Since 2006, we have expended more than 215 cases, and most of them have been concluded. And even we have a printout, a book on the important judgment that we've already carried out. That one has been distributed to many people in this country.
Residents of Osun State are not alien to Sharia legal system. The independent Sharia panel was inaugurated by Osun State Muslim community on April 23, 2006. 17 years after, the panel has successfully handled 383 cases. The registrar of the Osun State Independent Sharia panel, Imam Musa Raji, says some of the cases were instituted by Christians who preferred the Sharia legal system, presenting the achievements of Osun State Muslim community in commemoration of its 25th anniversary. President of Osun State Muslim community, Alhaji Mustafa Olawi, said out of the 383 cases, the panel gave rulings on 251, struck out 55 cases, while 42 cases were settled amicably and 13 cases were withdrawn by the parties. Olawi said the 22 cases are ongoing. He called on Osun State government to give proper recognition to the panel to strengthen the Sharia legal system in the state.
We want to appeal to our Muslim brothers and sisters. There's nothing to celebrate than to thank Allah and those who are dispensing justice, that they saw that this is the right thing and they did it. So we thank Allah for that. Then we move forward. And those who are thinking that they should go to court also. Whoever is offended with a judgment, let him or her go to court again. Is that not so? So that we should not fight, not abuse one another on radio, on television, on online. No, don't do that. So our intention is to make it recognized everywhere in the state and decentralize the hearing. We want to have courts in all local governments as well, so that they can dispute justice without any difficulty whatsoever. So, but government has to come in to finance certain aspect of our expenses, to come in with materials that we are going to use and give us proper recognition, so that whatever judgment is made here is recognized anywhere in the state or in the country.
Reacting to the Supreme Court verdict on the use of hijab in school in Lagos State, Olawi said the decision of the Apex Court vindicates and justifies the decision of Muslims who resorted to constitutional means to enforce their rights.
Police authorities in Imo State say that they have arrested one of the suspected killers of a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Ahmed Gulag. The public relations officer of Imo State Police Command, Mike Abatam, disclosed this while briefing reporters on Monday in Owerri, the state capital. The suspect, identified as Anosike Chimobi from Ahiazu, Mbase local government area of the state, was apprehended 1 year after Gulag's death. Gulag, a former aide to former President Goodluck Jonathan, was murdered by a group of armed men on May 30, 2021, during a visit to Imo State. Parading the suspect alongside others, Abatam said that Chimobi had been on the trail of the command since the killing of Gulag last year. Chimobi while speaking with reporters, admitted that he drove the criminals to the spot and blocked Gulag's vehicle, which was on its way to the airport. Gunmen suspected to be kidnappers have killed a Catholic priest, Reverend Father Christopher Odia, in Edo State. Police authorities in the state confirmed the incident in a statement on Monday in Benin City by Jennifer Iwegbu, the Deputy Public Relations Officer of the command. Odia was, until his death, the priest in charge of St. Michael Catholic Church at Hiagbiko in Etako West local government area of the state. He was abducted from his rectory in the early hours of Sunday while on his way to conduct a mass for worshippers at the parish. Odia's death comes a day after another Catholic priest, Reverend Father Vitus Borogo, was killed by armed men in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Coming up shortly. Kano residents consider camels as alternative. Details and more after the break. Thanks for staying. Here's a reminder of our top stories. Over 10 million new voters register in the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise across the country. Ekwere Madu wife sue National Identity Management Commission, Nigeria Immigration Service, and 2 commercial banks in a federal high court in Abuja. In other news, the 2022 Senior School Certificate Examination for school-based candidates conducted by the National Examination Council, NECO, has commenced nationwide. Trust TV's Mardia Umar, who visited some schools, reported that the exercise commenced with practicals in various subjects.
In one of the schools in the city center, students were seen in clusters waiting for instruction to commence the examination scheduled for the day. Some students and the exam officer of the school said modalities had been put in place for smooth takeoff of the practicals examinations. Away from the city center, SS3 students were seen around the premises of the school we visited. The principal of the school declined a video interview, but however, confirmed that the NECO examination has started, adding that students are already writing their practical exams in an undisclosed hall in the school compound. Some candidates speak on the level of preparedness for the examination.
Before this NECO starts, I first have my timetable well written down, morning, afternoon, and night, how I will read my book also. So as the examination is starting now, the first paper we have, I will start to read them and make sure I do well with it.
I'm preparing very well for this NECO exam, and I just pray that my exams will be successful. And for the PhD practical, well, they say that we are starting on Thursday, so just pray that it goes well. Some of my colleagues are writing the practical as I speak now.
My PhD teacher was not around, and they gave us information that we are starting it on Thursday. I don't feel bad because they have the paper and that is their subject, because I'm not studying the subject.
Effort to speak to some of the invigilators proved abortive, but the students are, however, hoping for good grades when the results are finally out. Martia Umar, Trust TV News Abuja.
Now, following the recent increase in the price of meat across the country, people are resorting to buying other animals outside the regular cows and rams. In Nigeria's city of Kano, some residents are now considering camel as alternative to ram and cow. Trust TV's Idris Jibrin reports.
It's been 10 years since Sani Kofarna Isa started sacrificing ram during Muslim Eid al-Kabir. But with the rising cost of ram, he's wondering if that will be possible this year. He and many others are now considering camel as an alternative sacrificial animal.
Decided to use camel this year because things are hard, and I believe camel is cheaper because small ram is now at between 50 or 60,000 naira upward. But if we get a camel of 150,000 naira, it will even be better than the ram in terms of meat quantity.
The price of ram and cow in Kano this year has rose to over 60% as against 2021, exceeding at least 100,000 naira per average ram and 400 to 1 million naira per average cow.
Camel this year is easier to afford, unlike cow and ram, because we have camel of 400 to 600,000 naira, and even from 200,000 to 240,000 naira, which is actually affordable to most people, especially those buying in groups.
And away from Nigeria, at least 46 people have been found dead inside a tractor trailer in San Antonio, Texas, in what appears to be a human smuggling attempt along the United States-Mexico border. San Antonio Fire Chief Charles Hood said 16 other people, including minors found in the trailer on Monday, were transported to the hospital for heat, stroke, and exhaustion. And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. Thanks for watching. I am Ayuba Ilya. Bye for now.